What's going on, my friends? It's day 31. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, we are going to focus on the core and legs today. So I have been hearing back from a few of you. So thank you for that. Thank you for the feedback. And you're appreciating kind of the slower, more methodical moves that really help you set into proper form. And many of you are very sore as a result. So we are going to continue with that. But be forewarned, we are still going to be doing some jumping, etc. other days, not today. Today, we're going to hit up, like I said, the legs and the core. I am going to use my heavy kettlebell and a set of 15s dumbbells. So whatever you have that can push your weight selection on the legs, especially for the squats and deadlifts, would be great. So let's start at the back of our mat. And actually go ahead and put your feet a little bit wider than your mat width or a little bit wider than your hip width. And then just hinge over those legs, bend your right knee a lot and let your hips shift over to the right. And then bend your left knee a lot and let your hips shift over to the left. Back to the right. Push your butt back. Try to get your back nice and flat. And then to the left. If touching the ground doesn't work for you, maybe plant your hands on your knees. Let's go one more time. Try to slide those shoulder blades down. Feel that back contract. Come back to center. Hang forward. And then take a deep inhale. Bring your arms all the way up. Reach, reach, reach. Twist to the right. Twist to the left. Bring your arms behind. Open the chest. Push your knuckles down toward the ground. And then lift your thumbs off your hips. And then bring your hands back down. Walk yourself forward into a downward facing dog. Spread those fingertips nice and wide. I just realized we just made it over halfway through our 60 days of winter. I hope that you're getting out of it what you wanted to get out of it, I hope you're putting into it what you wanted to put into it. Crushing it, finding that crush mentality. Level off your feet, drive your chest back, slide the shoulder blades down. Find that mental connection, though, in your workouts. Getting your head engaged, your mind engaged. Drop onto your knees, hinge back. Getting beyond just physical, get into the mental. But yet a lot of us need to get rid of that mental, that we're always cerebral, and get into more of our body. So hopefully you're finding both directions. Okay, come forward. Just bring your chest through your hands. Flex your glutes. Open the chest, elbows squeeze in tight. We are going to go a core set first, so you don't need any equipment or weights yet. We're going to be doing 15 reps for 4 different exercises, 3 rounds through, and then we're going to move on to our next block of work. So first off, we're going to do Ticktock Planks. If you do not do a Ticktock, I'm going to have you try an oblique crunch side to side on your hands and knees. So I want you to pull your shoulder to the hip, pull your shoulder to the hip. So it's a very focused, self-flexed move. I want you to get really deep into those obliques while still holding the front of the core, just like we're doing with our Ticktock plank. So everybody else, join me on the ground. If you need to take it a little bit mellow, not going completely full range yet, that's fine. Tuck that tailbone under, belly nice and strong, and then rock one hip down and then the other. There's 1, 2, 3. Make sure the hips stay in line with the shoulders as you rotate side to side. What are you feeling? Which parts of the core and the belly are grabbing, lifting, supporting the drop? 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, next up, we're going to do boat marches. So you're going to start off with your boat hold, your boat pose. Okay, so if you need to hang out here and hold on to the legs and just contract across that core while I'm marching through, that's fine. Otherwise, let go of those legs and you're going to kick one leg out and then the other. All right, here we go. 15 each side. 1, 2, belly firm. 4. Notice what you're using to get where you're going. Activate as much as you can. Figure out where the body wants to cheat, and then get away from that. Make it difficult. We're here to work. 9, 11, 13, 14, and 15. Whew. Nice job. Those definitely added up. Okay, we get to lie back on our mat. Going into one of my favorites, those heel presses. Flex those feet. Try to get your heels right over the hips. As annoying as these are, so good. Flex first across that low abdomen, then press. 2, 3, 4. Try not to sway. 5 more. Press straight up. 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Okay. Next up, we're going to go a little scissor kicks. So you're actually going to keep your head on the floor, lower your legs, find that flexion here, and you've got to keep that low back in. So I'm already tired. My legs are not getting very low. That's fine. You go wherever you can, and then you're going to scissor kick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Flex those feet back. Can you feel your low back on the mat? 8, burning that belly. 13, 14, 15. Whew. Okay, 1 round done. 2 to go. Starting off with those Ticktock planks or your side-to-side oblique pulls. Here we go. Find your forearm plank. Get your planks up first, then rotate in. Not too fast, not too slow. Remember, focus on what you're feeling where. Stay in it. Getting somewhere. 13, 14, 15. All right. Turning around, we have our little boat marches. Find your boat position first. Tuck that belly under, and then march. 1, 2, 3. Scoop that belly. Woo, just really built that burn right there. 10, 4, 3, and 1. Oh. Whew. Hope your abs are on fire like mine. Okie doke. Heel presses. Flex those feet back. Grab through that low belly. 1, 2, 3. 13, 14, 15. Lower those legs. And then flutter kick. 2, 3, 7. It's all about keeping that low back in the ground without allowing the front of the belly to protrude. You have to scoop it. 3, 2, 1. All right, last round. Whether you're doing your side hinges or your TikToks. Here we go. Tuck that low belly. 1, 2. The rotations coming through your mid back. The hips roll together. Tuck that tailbone under. 13, 14, 15. Whew. I don't know if I'm just still feeling what I did from yesterday, or this is just a big burner set. All right, find your boat. Tuck and flex. Here we go. Six. Make sure you're not holding tension in the neck. I got to 10. Keep it up. I hope you're staying with me. Dig it deep. 14 and 15. Oh. Okay, heel presses, straight legs, ready, set. 1, 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower those legs. Ooh, I barely lowered it all. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Open that chest. Scoop the belly. 7, 8. 7. We got it. 5, 4. And 1. Woo! All right. Well done, well done. Let's take a quick child's pose and then push through. Stretch those abs. Oh. Well done. Nice work. Okay. Moving on. Legs. So, still keeping that core set in a lot. Keeping us healthy and safe and strong. We're going to go a wide squat, a deadlift, and then a lunge. Static lunge. All right. Toes out, nice and wide, sticking with our 15 reps for 3 sets. With a wide squat, make sure your toes aren't too awfully wide unless you're really going for a plie, which if you're wanting to stick with my version, more kind of straight ahead. Get those knees out with the toes, slide those shoulder blades down, get your set, and then here's number 1. Drive to those heels. 2, so you're feeling those glutes and inner thighs. Sit way back and down. That core stays on. 10. 4. What are you using to get to the top? Remember, find that body connection. Brain-body connection. Time. All right. Whew. Deadlifts are next. Get what you came for. Legs and core. Shoulders back and down. Stick that butt out, right? So if you're here getting ready to lift, go ahead and get into that position. Rounded, not thinking a lot about it. Stick your butt out, flatten through the back. Look about 3 feet in front. Drive to those heels. 1, 2. You don't have to come all the way down. Just keep that upper back flat. Envision you're thrusting a lot more weight than you have right here. 2 more. Nice. Okay. Lunges. 15. Just going from 10, 5 more. Makes a difference. Square off those hips. Remember, we want to be methodical. Find your range. Pull those the left hip back, right hip forward, drop. Upper body hinges over that front leg. Please, please focus on getting into that front hamstring and glute. 10 more. Sit into the heat. Try not to back out of it. Rather you take a break, shake it off, come back, then cheat your way through it. 2, 1, press forward and switch. Here we go. Hold the chest up. Ten. Feel that hip hinge a lot. 3, 2, and 1. Press up out of that last one. Okay, 1 round. 2 to go. Take that wide stance. Take a second. Stretch a little side to side. Make sure you're ready for a good set. All right, toes pretty much straight ahead. Knees out with those toes. So if your toes are really wide, your knees have to get really wide. Pack the shoulders back and down. We'll count that one. Actually, this one. 1, 2. Don't focus on the count. Focus on the move. Are you really pushing those hips back? Chest is up. Flex into those thighs to get to the top. Dig in, wrap around. Final 2. Okay. Deadlifts. Get your feet set. If you struggle with low back pain in your deadlifts, take your legs a little wider. That's totally fine. And really focus on the core and don't go as low. Okay, remember, you get your set, stick your butt out, slide your shoulder blades down, and drive. Feel those hamstrings stretch. Then ground through those heels. Get those glutees. Elbows squeeze in tight. 4 to go. Belly button draws back. And 1. Okay. Lunges. Square off your hips. Ready, set, and go. Here's one. Not much going on in that back leg. Focus on the front. Be in charge on the drop, not just the drive. Build muscle in that leg. Drive forward. Switch. Get your set. And go. Keep the knee on top of the ankle. Work for range. Don't forget about that upper body. And one. All right. Feeling good. Set up for that last round. Nice wide legs. Shoulders back and down. Chest nice and tall. Sit deep. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2. Envision you're screwing those heels into the ground. Chest is up. Knees stay wide. Get into those inner thighs. 5, 4. Can you get your butt back anymore? But hold that core. And 1. Okay. Deadlifts. Toes straight ahead. Pack through the back. And go. 1, 2. Focus. 4. Pay attention to the body. Stack heels, hips, shoulders. The top. Hip flexors get open, but you're not overarching that low back. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, lunges. All right, square those hips. Here we go. 1. Lean over that front leg. Wrap around that front thigh. 10. Where's that core? Where's the upper back? Push that front hip back. Lots of hip crease. Last 2. Step forward. Switch. Here we go. Make sure you're set. If you need to take a little more time, it's worth it. Rather 8 solid reps than 15 sloppy ones. It's not about just getting done. It's getting it done right. That's it. Stay in it. Last 3, 2, sink, drive. Whew. Nice work. Okay, come down facing the ground. Go into your hands and knees. One last little progression before we stretch. Make sure shoulders over those wrists. Pack your back in. Extend your right leg long behind, and then level off your hips. So plant your toe into the ground and level off. Feel that level. Tuck your belly. Keep it there and lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep those hips level. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay lifted. Pull your knee in towards your tricep. Push it back. 5 of these. Slow. 4. Are those hips staying level? Mine weren't. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Other side. Level off. So stick your left leg back. Level off those hips. Bring your shoulders up a little more over your wrists. 1, 2, 3. 7. Envision. You got ankle weights on. 9, 10. Keep it up. Pull forward. Oh, focus on those hips. 1. The oblique. Flex that toe. 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew. All right. Open those hips nice and wide. Sit back on your heels. Stretch out in front. Stay, your hips and feet and knees stay same, but tuck your right arm under like you're doing thread the needle, but we're going to keep our hips down. So the right palm is going to face up toward the sky, and you're just going to push that shoulder toward the ground. Take 2 deep breaths for me. There's 2. Switch. Left arm tucks under. Put that left hand facing toward the sky. 2 more deep breaths from here. Slide that shoulder blade down on the right. Push into the shoulder on the left. Think about that exhale. It's good. Get rid of stuff. Breathe it out in the way. Okay, right leg comes forward. Try lifting that back knee for me. So lift up, get those hips pretty high, and then sink, 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 sink. Let's take our 3 deep breaths. There's 1. And 3. Okay, let's hinge it back. Toe comes up. Once you get that toe up, pull the right hip back. That totally changes the intensity of that hamstring stretch. Oh. If you need, grab one of your weights or a wall or something near, and you can kind of lift up because you've got to get that hip pulled back. Also, I see this a lot. This really just stretches your quad. It's not really that impressive that you can get all the way down. Sorry. You got to get those hips up and then pulled back as the chest pushes forward. Ooh, that's where we want it. Hopefully you did your 3 deep focused breaths. Fold that foot across and then walk your hands forward. This is your pigeon. Plant your knee. Maybe this is it. That's fine. Otherwise, if you have some more space and you want more stretch, if you're not feeling a stretch yet, walk your back knee backwards. But I want your pelvis square to the ground. Pull the left hip down and the right hip kind of back. Stay up on your hands or go down on your forearms. Let's get those 3 breaths. All right, push up onto those hands if you're not already. Walk your knee back in. You can get it pretty close to that foot, and then we'll unwrap and go to the other side, starting with our hip flexor. So left leg forward, lift your back knee for me, lift those hips nice and high, level off, and then sink, sink, till you feel, ooh, that pull right where you want it. Take your 3 breaths. Drop onto your back knee, hinge your hips back. Remember, if you want to use something to bring the floor up to you, pull the toe up, pull that left hip back, right hip forward, and then lean. So you may feel it through your Achilles, calf, behind your knee, hamstring. Ultimately, we want to get the hamstring, but depending on where you're really tight, that's fine. Anywhere on the back side of the leg. Keep reaching that chest forward, especially every time you exhale, you can reach just a little deeper. Last exhale. Okay, bend back into that knee. Take your foot and you're going to pull it over across your mat. Walk your hands forward. And then you can stay here or walk your back knee back until you like that stretch. Wherever you feel the pelvis is squared off, you're getting that stretch through all your front left hip, glute, may even feel good across your low back. 2 more deep breaths. Okay, walk the back knee in, into that, unwind that back toe, plant onto those hands, curl yourself up, and then we're going to fold over the legs. No matter where you are. In fact, let's go ahead and start from standing. Find your hip creases, put your fingers right there, push the hips back, stretch over those legs, and then just let your upper body pull you forward. Lean a little onto the toes, lean a little onto the heels, and then find your center. Fantastic work. We have summited. Now we just have our downhill. It's not always as easy as you think. All right, we're going to keep crushing it. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow.